Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, as Mr. G has reminded us. Hope everyone's had a great night and gonna have a great day. Whatever I'm trying to say. Morning, Mr. G. Good to see you. Phoenix, if you're still here, good to see you. Let's look at the markets overnight. Overnight? It's like 55.73 was the high twice. Low dipped down to 55.33, so 40 points of range on the ES and Q. 19,631 dipped. So pretty much double 447. So at 190 points in range. Kappa rising up. About 220 ticks in range. The Ultra Bond mid range. About 3/4 of a point. Gold fell. Smaller range than we've seen lately. 45 points. Crude oil also fell overnight. About 140 ticks. No, yeah, 140 ticks. Not sure. What did I just do? Oop. And natural gas rising up, pulling back. Bitcoin sitting about 95.1. That's where we sit standing. Whatever body posture you're choosing to take on this fine Tuesday morning. How is everyone today? We're taking what they're given because we're trading for a living. Ooh, nice pop. Yeah, very nice pop. Morning, Daniel. Nice to see you. Another bond trader. Is that what do you trade anything besides the bonds? Cool. A couple people that exclusively trade bonds, though, like to know that there's somebody else out there trading bonds. Well, I know there's a lot of people that trade bonds I met in this community. Regulars that come in here. Uh, and we pull right back. You can see here on the 3-minute chart, we've been kind of choppy over the last hour plus, put it that way. Can't decide where it wants to go. I do have a bond. Well, I have an ultra bond chart. Which bond do you trade? The ultra bond, or you switch around between UB and ZN? And actually, I have all four. I have like four of them here. I haven't traded. I haven't taken a bond trade in like forever, but they're still here for reference points. Cool. How long you been trading, Daniel? And are you using the prop firms, or are you self-funded? And if you don't feel like answering my questions, just tell me to mind my own business. I always just like to ask new people questions. Everybody seems to have started with options. I seem to be one of the few people that didn't start with options, but I started with penny stocks. So it's like 8, 9, 10 o'clock where you're at now, p.m. Oh, we have another Australian regular, but he's taking a little break from trading right now. He'll probably be here Friday because he likes to YOLO news events with evals. Ouch! Yeah, we're a pretty international community. We got of our regulars. We got Canada, Holland, America, of course, South Africa, uh, England. Um, yeah, forgetting a couple right now. Absolutely, that's exactly exactly right. Morning, Amelia. Good morning, Imad. Well, got to trade what feels best to you, and then bonds. If I ever expanded out, I would look at the Ultra Bond at least. There are setups that fit my style. Not a lot. Right now, I don't see anything. With bond market opening in 5 minutes. But how's Amelia today? How's I'm at today? News this morning. Almost forgot to talk about news. Mr. G put the news in before we started. But we do have news events today. First of all, U.S. Treasury Secretary Bissett I don't know if I'm saying his name right, speaks, coming up in less than 15 minutes. You also have U.S. wholesale inventories, U.S. retail inventories. Case Shiller never moves the market, but the big one is at 10 o'clock when we get jolted. The U.S. JOLTS job openings report plus the U.S. CB consumer confidence. And that consumer confidence one could be interesting. I need to see what SoFi is doing. Excuse me a minute. Ooh, I think it looked like SoFi liked its earnings. Woohoo! Sorry, it's one of the few stocks I have. The Immortal Trader. Uh, I'm doing good. How are you? Are you new? I would think I would remember that name, but you know, I am old. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community. I always like to ask new traders 3 questions. You don't have to answer them. You can tell me to mind my own business, to shut up. Other people have. How long have you been trading? What assets do you like to trade? And do you use your own money or are you using prop firms? We're still sideways here. Yep, there's a quick whip down. So we have been trending downwards from here. Yep, tried to come back up, failed, down. Which prop firm are you using, Daniel? Or which prop firms, whichever. TFT is a good one. Like I said, you don't feel you the need to answer my questions, Immortal. I like DAX Trader. TFT's in my top 5. Thank you for subscribing. And we're still falling. Low of the day, 447. We're at 473. I should have grabbed any of these purple candles and didn't. Kind of got lulled to sleep by seeing how sideways we were, and we kind of broke that range now to a point. We're kind of still in the range, but not as rangy as we were. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Anyway, after Mortal Trader says great analysis, I spit that out. Good morning, David. Good morning, Speed Racer. How are you both today? Oh, what happened, David? Pops back up, but excuse me. Oh, well, I mean, that's a good problem to have if you're going to have a problem, but I, yeah, they're intraday realized, so you can't lose money. So how bad did you mess it up, David? That's not too bad. Think you'll be able to handle it, or it's popping, popping, stopping, hopping like a rabbit. Ah, knocking stuff down off my desk. If anyone's into sports cards, baseball cards actually, check out my other channel. Morning, John. Yeah, it sucks. Continue the rise up here. Kind of like that blue candle. It's a little overextended there. Puppy power. Nope, I missed it. Didn't have my chart ready. Yeah, it's only going up 2 points. I'm not sure. Eh. Hey, David, how you doing? So that blue candle was my entry, and I missed it. But there'll be more. Reminder, folks, if you're enjoying today's stream, I appreciate if you'll gore that like button for me. Let others know so new people can find us, like the Immortal Trader and Daniel Dayer found us in the last couple days. Always nice to have new friends. We're still rising here. So I see an NQ arising. No bracket trade? I mean, like an ATM? I mean, you can use brackets with Apex. The only thing Apex doesn't want you to do is go 30% against you unrealized, or go more than 1 to 5 risk to reward. Like, can't risk $25 to make $5. Yeah, you can do OCO with Apex. little sideways now. Tries to figure out where it wants to go from here. Apex doesn't mind microscoping. So it's playing around just under 500 now. Trying to break back up to 500. Morning, Crypticon. How are you today? Give me a minute. I need to look at SoFi. Ooh, I might want to take profit today. Sitting here. Yeah, I am looking for 15 on it, or I was, David. But here's the I'm looking. This is daily chart, you can see how I look at two different things. One, look at the extension from the two RSI lines is above 30, which often indicates a pullback, and we're sitting in the bands. Now, this is yesterday's daily because unfortunately I don't update it on until the market actually opens. But here, if you look at this 1 hour, that's screaming pullback. It's sitting at 1438 right now. Unfortunately, my broker doesn't allow pre-market trades, and it's really convenient having my broker with my bank. But I think I need to start where I can take pre-market trades because I would be screaming to get out right about here because I have a feeling it's going to pull back at the bell. I think they're going to sell it off at the bell. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, the risk is obviously that it just keeps going, but it feels like it wants a pullback. Yeah, I'm in at 400 shares, and I'm up over $4 a share in profit. So, and Q pulling back here. Sorry, at the SoFi talk, guys. Yeah, I could do that too. Yeah, I'm in at the cost basis is $10.25, and right now it's at 4.45 and continuing to rise. And Q's still rising here. Russell's up. Still rising. These blue candles all would have worked, and I didn't take any of them. So I gotta get my head in the game. Sorry about that, guys. If I sell it, then I need to find something else to put that money into. Yeah, I could put more into Misty. I got 260 of that shares. Yeah, 1,000 shares of Misty based on last month's dividend. That'll bring in $1,300 a month. And that's probably going to be up this month because last month when the dividend came, we were like, I think like $10,000 lower. Let's see, daily chart came in the right around here, I believe it was. Yeah, we were like 11,000 lower at that time. Still rising here on NQ, 19,532. At this point, I'm kind of looking for a little bit of a pullback. Right now, the markets are happy. Shiny, happy markets laughing. See, this makes me want to stay in. This headline, SoFi's stock is rising. Here's the biggest positive from earnings. The financial tech company boosted its full-year outlook, which isn't happening much elsewhere. This might be my pullback I'm looking for. Purple candle. And overextended. We're going to take a short here when this candle closes, although it might. Oh! Well, maybe not. 26 points just burst down. I don't know if that was the full amount of the. Yeah, I could have taken it and got profit. I just didn't trust it after that burst. I don't know, I'm trading too cautiously. I'm on an Apex eval. There's no reason for me to trade that cautiously. I got like 5 others. Bounces back up though. Yeah, I'm looking for headlines, but I don't see anything. Oh wait, here we go. U.S. Treasury Secretary Percent. We want long-term tariff revenue, and deals. There's a good chance we'll see income tax relief and tax bill. Tariff income could be used for tax relief. Hey, Kaz, how are you doing? No. What does it say? It's still 90% off. Did I forget to upload? Yeah, I forgot to upload the new banner. I apologize. It's 80% off. That's fixed. Sorry about that, Rad. Okay. I mean, David, my number one firm would be Tradify. Kaz, I don't know. I need to see how they actually do it before, because it's like somebody said to me that wording means nothing. They might just have that wording in there to CYA in case of whatever to say that they do have a path to live. There's no guarantee anybody gets put on live. It says after 3 payouts, we can decide to put you on live. Other than that, we need to see what they actually do before I can say it's great or it's horrible. My first thought was that sounds bad, but it may not be bad at all. We're gonna have to see how they implement it. Motivation healing. Nice job. It did continue to fall there. Luckily, I thought it was gonna pop right back out. I was gonna take it off this green candle, and I didn't. I'm kind of glad I didn't. Now it's trying to pop. Yeah, I mean, we've been hearing it for a year now about regulation and all that, and we haven't seen it. I have a friend that has a buddy that works at the CME, and he says that there's absolutely nothing there. Late last year, they were looking at it very hard, and now all that talk has died down. So I don't think there's anything imminent coming. I here's the other thing with Bolognese. If it could be regulation, they're just covering their butts, or the fact that Apex has paid out a few $1 million payouts, $2 million payouts in the last couple of months, or the last couple of weeks, might be scaring them, which is why they put that $400,000 max payout amount in there. That one is a big one, but I mean, you know, here's the truth of the matter. I mean, I don't have any stats to back this up, but this is what I feel anyway. This is my guess. This industry started with firms putting people on live accounts pretty quickly. My guess is that was a losing situation for the firms. Look how many people blow their funded accounts, which is why the industry steered so hard to sim, you know, where for a while almost everybody was majority sim. And I don't think anything's changed in how traders trade. So this move back to focused on live, I think, is potentially another, money loser for the firms that are focusing on live. I could be wrong, but I mean, let's say, because we know what statistics are in trading. Let's say 25% of people in live are profitable, 75 aren't. Does that 25 make enough with the profit splits to offset the 75 that are blowing their funded accounts? Yeah, that's what for 50K accounts. Yes, that would be correct, cause I don't know. I thought no, it's 40,000, 400,000 per profile, and I took per profile to mean per customer. I could be wrong, but that was what I was assuming per profile meant. Right. I mean, I'm shocked, Daniel, that Apex allows people to make $1 million in sim or $2 million in sim. That seems like a risk, but I don't know. Morning, Robin. How are you today? I mean, I think guys. I think it's what remember, Bolonox does have end of day accounts too, so I think it's whatever your whatever you started with. Doing all right, Robin. Still working on getting over that bug, Robin. Well, it's not bad. You're getting there. I mean, I just think I don't know what we're gonna see from this industry going forward. It's definitely the Bull and Ox thing came out of nowhere, but we'll see if they actually put people on live accounts. The whole live account thing seems to be working for Topstep. Maybe. I mean, now they're putting consistency rules on their sim funded, so apparently that was starting to bleed them down. People making big wins. I don't know. As we see the NQ falling again now, and we're getting close to low a day. 447 as we head toward the top of the hour. I mean, the way I look at it is Apex has to have a reason for hardly ever putting someone on a live account. And they're the biggest in the industry. They must see that their risk is higher with live accounts versus continuing to fund people in Sim. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of firms that kind of take that bet. I mean, the futures desk, Earn It Trade's done it for years. Earn It Trade's always had a $5,000 cap on their G minis, and then you get moved to a live account. And it's lower for the Trader Career Path accounts. One Up. Now, no one's ever verified that the account, One Up says their accounts are live right away. Pass the eval, you put into a live account. No one's ever verified whether they're real live accounts or not. They say they are. One day I'll have to actually try to pass a One Up just to test that out. But I mean, if they've done it, if that's true, that means they've been in business for 8 years, never using a sim model. I don't believe that's true. But if it is, then they figured out a way to make it work. Oh, nice, David. That's correct, David. And you get $25,000, 100% of $25,000 on all accounts. So if you have 20 accounts, that's a potential $500,000 without a profit split. Right. And the thing is, I mean, until the whole boogeyman of regulation started coming around, even Top Step was more sim based. I mean, yes, they had live, but you barely ever heard it talk about. And then the whole boogeyman of, oh my God, regulations coming, and the failures of like FTT and etc. And then everyone started jumping into the whole live thing. I will tell you, My Funded Futures started that eval to live program. That sells like crap. Nobody's buying it. Very few people buying it. When they run that sale for the they've been changing their sales every week. My sales drop. People still just buy the starters, etc. Most people, and I don't, I've never been on a live account to know how much difference there is, but most people aren't interested in live. That's a great question, David. I've heard of that happening with people. I don't know how much. I don't know if there's a limit there, especially that was one of the things people were doing that caused the little, part of the whole schemers and scammers and why some people were banned from buying new accounts for a couple of years. Yeah, I mean, cause I agree, but I know there's people that once, if they're with a firm and they get put live, they just drop the firm, move on to the next one. And as far as I'm aware, because when Apex pays out those $2 million payouts or $1 million payouts, they always offer the person a chance to go to live with Apex, move some of that money into a live account, get the payout, get the rest, pay out the rest, and start trading live with Apex. As far as I'm aware at this point, nobody has taken them up on going live of those big traders. I could be missing one. It's not like I stalk these people to really know, but it seems like all of them just take the money and run. And that's possibly just because at that point there is a profit split of 90-10. Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't know if there's still an advantage. There's some advantages to the prop trading. I don't know. There's some disadvantages as well. If I had $1 million, I don't know. I mean, right now I could self-fund a brokerage account if I wanted to. It's still falling here. Made a new low a day, and we just crushed through it down to 19,400. About 25 minutes from the bell. I will say I'm glad Apex decided not to go with the straight to fund it model because that seems to be the thing that causes prop firms to have issues. The three big failures that we've seen, FTT, Profit Trade, and Flexi Trade, all were heavily reliant or totally reliant on the straight to fund it. Apex was considering a straight to funded plan to the point that I was involved with helping develop it. But straight to funded has kind of lost its luster even among traders. Like Tradeify, my sales have dropped big time on straight to funded accounts. It's up a little bit this month, interestingly. But I think it's very hard to make straight to funded work in a profitable way for a firm. Oh, I agree, Daniel. I totally 100% agree. I mean, I assume CFTs. I have no idea who's $1 million. I just know what the first comes out. Oh boy, White House Press Secretary Levitt. Leave it, whatever. Trump will sign an executive order on auto tariffs later today. David, I believe she's still trading just props. Speaking of that, Robin, you once you're feeling better and all, we need to get you on a stream again. Morning, USC. How are you today? Good morning, Ace. No, the other room closed down, David. Well, it had nothing to do with you, Ace. FSP, 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 FSP. Why can't I think of who FSP is? Florida State Penitentiary? Oh. Oh, never heard of that one. He is a regular channel or the streamer? Or... All right, Ace is short. All right, David. Have yourself a good day. Reminder, we're giving away 5 Take Profit Trader 50K evals. To enter, go to this link that I'm posting in the chat. Good job, Ace, as usual. Ooh, SoFi pulled back harsh. That's what I was afraid of, and I can't get, my broker doesn't allow pre-market trading. Which is why I think I need to switch back to Weevil. It's lost 40 cents. Yeah, baseball card channel's going well. I actually snuck it into the one of the ways to get an entry on the take profit thing by visiting MightyOx Breaks. Yep, MightyOx. Nope, we are doing good. I sent out it's the $300 in baseball cards yesterday in sales too. Yeah, you see anything that I don't want to keep it that I do on these breaks. I'm gonna try and sell. I need to get eBay going, but I've been selling them on the trading card database. That big head I sold for $125. No, it was just a regular big head trout. It's that big head trout. Sounds like a fish. Anyone wants to check out my break baseball card breaking channel? There's the link. If you saw my desk right now, there's probably literally 1,000 cards on my desk right now. And if you saw the area around my desk, there's literally like 50 boxes that hold 300 to 400 cards. But I'm having a friend come over today that's going to get some shelves set up for me so I can like free my desk and not be worried about a cardboard avalanche. If I ever not show up for a stream one day, please wonder whether or not I've been killed by an avalanche of baseball cards. I mean, I don't know many recipes there, Robin. I eat the sardines right out of the can. Yeah, oh, cool. They must love their sardines over there for them to have a whole store dedicated to them. Morning, RJ. How are you? Nice. I've never tried oysters. I knew RJ was going to say that. Yep. Morning, Platt. Platt, we found another bond trader. Platt, meet Daniel Dare. Daniel Dare, meet Platt. Yeah, he trades bonds and ES, so he's not exclusively bonds, but curl around. We'll see what happens. 10 minutes till the bell. Daniel's from Australia, so it's like really late at night, and yet he's here with us. Oh yeah, trash. I've been forgetting to remind you guys of trash. Glad you guys are doing it for each other now. Yes, we offer trash reminder services today. I mean, here at MightyOxTrading as well. USC is going to put hers out on Sunday night now. uh, RJ got to go to 2 minutes on the whole flat minute thing there. Sideways here, Vin, as it tries to push it. Dream, dream the impossible dream. Oh, sorry. And we pop up a little bit here with 5 minutes to the bell. Are we ready, guys? Where do we think? Up or down? Oh yeah, crap. I want to get in. Um, all right. Isn't that your second marriage of the day, Daniel? Right now, it can't decide what it wants to do. What, Eddie? Shh. Right now, up. Let's see where it does. Yeah, he was mad because there was a couple of things blocking his entry to jump up on my chair. Yeah, rising up here. What? What? Giving you a treat. K-pop called it? Oh yeah, there you go. All right, she's becoming a trader. Great job, K-pop. Good. Laughter is a good way to start the day. There you go, Ace. You're making her. Gotta let her trade some in this during summer school break. Oh wow, summer school break's coming quick too, isn't it? What, about a month away? Thank you. Not sure what it wants to do. Trading's been very good to you, Ace. Share the knowledge, pass it down. Coming back down. So maybe you guys, if you're still wanting those shorts, maybe here it is. We'll have to see. I still, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Glad I didn't take that purple candle right back up. Still not seeing anything I want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Blue candle pop. See how it finishes. It's a 13-point candle. No, 15-point candle. That's $300. Anyone ever? Whoa! Okay, that's a big pop. Anyone pays $300 for a candle? You're crazy. Stayed out. See if it pulls back any. Oh, what's SoFi doing? Crap. Totally forgot already. Oh wow, SoFi's still running. Yep, pull back. Glad I did not fall for that blue candle. It's one thing I started to learn is big candles tend to pull back afterwards. Now, it may still be going up, but yeah, see there, that might be more comfortable if this ends up blue. There we go. As long as it doesn't turn into another 28-point candle. Or long. Come on, break through this level. Now, this was a dangerous area because it kind of topped out this level. Hold on, excuse me one second. Come on, go, go, break this level. Break this level. It's not going to break the level. Nope, I should have got out on that doji, red doji. That kind of told me that I was cooked. Hello, Tio. Yep, stopped out. No, I should stop and pop. Yep, here it's going to go up for me. Rising up. So it did go up. Unfortunately, it stopped me out first. Yep, we got the JOLTS report in 15 minutes and consumer confidence. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the numbers. So I was right, but I just didn't give it enough room. Should have re-entered there once it bounced. For those of you that wanted a down day, well, sorry. That's an interesting picture. Excuse me, while I put my supplements down my gullet. How's your trading going today, John? Hey, livestock. Word. You best check yourself before you wreck yourself. Nice. Very good, John. Here's the pullback. Okay. I just exited out of half of my SoFi position. RJ, that's a personal question you really shouldn't ask. News from China. China waives tariffs on U.S. ethane imports. China has waived a 125% tariff on U.S. ethane imports imposed earlier this month. The move will relieve pressure on Chinese firms that import U.S. ethane for petrochemical production while also providing a market for natural gas liquid, a byproduct of U.S. shale gas production. Bonds rising nicely today. Hey, Amar, good morning or afternoon. Looking for my next opportunity. Will be after news. Remember, news in less than 90 seconds. No, sorry. News in a minute 45. So my funded futures removed the daily loss limit from the starter account, and you would think like people are, you would think they've offered like free money with this because all of a sudden I'm getting my funded futures sales out the wazoo. DLLs are that bad? I think DLLs are a good thing, but maybe I'm wrong. DLLs make it that you can't like 100% totally tilt in one day. I think it's for any new accounts, but I'm at not for current accounts. It's only for the month from now until the end of the month, May. Yesterday. News coming up. Be prepared. Dip, pop, dip, dip, stick, pop, pop, dip. No clue what it was to do. Let's look at the numbers. The numbers haven't come in yet on financial juice. There we go. Consumer confidence 86. The forecast was 88. So not as, and previous was 92.9. Job opening 7.192 million. The forecast was 7.5 million. I agree, 100%, John. Maybe I should have got totally out of that SoFi position. That's really dropping. It prevents those tilt moments. We're an hour away from rolling the markets with RJ Wheel. Hassan, wondering where you were at. Ooh, there's a pop. Yeah, but that means I don't know. I get confused anymore. I've had sometimes bad news is good news and good news is bad news. Tried a short there that did not work. I shorted again. Got greedy apparently. And didn't take profit at 10 points, thinking it was going to drop further. There it goes. Come on. Taking it off there. It only ended up being 5 points. Excellent, John. Great job. Sitting here. Okay, so that was the most disturbing thing livestock ever said. And that's an accomplishment. Oh, stop me out. Yay. Falling. Green doji. Not a good sign. There we go. Bounces again. Come on. Yep, this can't get down. Stop that. Can't go one way, we'll go the other. I'm trading badly today, I don't know why. That's a nice pop. Ah, see, it pops nicely for me and then immediately comes back to my entry. Oh, there we go. I just had to complain a little bit. Whine. Again. Yeah. Out. 3 points. And down it comes. There we go. Boom. Target hit on that. That was a quick 20 points. 559 to 539. Stretching. Short, maybe? No. And take it. It's running in, man, I should have. It would have worked. Did you quickly close it again, Tia? Are you so? Are you okay or not? Was it an eval or a funded? Because of that, TL, I'll even forgive the fact that for some reason we got a shipment of passion fruit instead of pineapples. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the passion fruit. uh, Long here, just not hitting my target. It's not even that big of a target. 5 points and I can't get it. And it's going to stop me. Maybe. Couldn't get back through that 9. Have we seen JJR the last 2 days? Still falling? Wow, USC, beautiful. Yeah, didn't you just say? Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was uh, zoning out for a second. Sorry about that. Pops up. Well, yeah, what is that, RJ? Let's look at gold. Gold had some interesting movement there, but so for me on the 3 minute, I see this as a beautiful entry. See this as a beautiful entry that would have scared the bejesus out of me. This one on a beautiful entry. This here is a beautiful entry, and this is a beautiful entry. Gold mine. Good one, Livestock. And we head up here again. So in other words, livestock, if you go blind, USC is going to become very rich. Very big pop there, 20 points. What's our high day? High of the overnight, 631, still a ways to go. While I'm watching this go back up, here's a stat for you. Reason to try and reduce your use of plastic. Synthetic chemicals called phthalates found in consumer products such as food storage containers, shampoo, makeup, perfume, and children's toys may have contributed more than 10% of all global mortality from heart disease in 2018 among men and women ages 55 through 64, a new study found. Still rising. Thank you for that pronunciation. Pulls back. We're about 15 minutes away from rolling the markers with RJ Wheel. I noticed that kind of killed the chat for a second. And he almost not be here because he would have said something. There he is. Sorry, I'm not paying attention right now. Okay, sorry about that. But we're sideways, so it wasn't really going anywhere anyway. And we've lost all oomph. We're oomphless right now, guys. Falling. Don't know where it's going. I only know where it's been. Red, green, or somewhere in between. Oh, God. Excuse me. Red, green, or somewhere in between, guys. Where are we at today? We know USC's green. Have a good one, MR. We'll see you tomorrow. Green is green, as they say. I'm sorry to hear that, Daniel. Have you tried Narcan? Ooh, there's a pop. Yeah, that's kind of rough, Daniel. Beautiful, John. Beautiful. There's a nice rise. Yeah, I mean, I always kid about moving to Europe, so I don't have to get up at 6 a.m. to trade. But that gave you a little high for the rest of the day, Amelia. RJ. RJ Wheel, it's your time to call in. Good morning, Mr. RJ Wheel.
Morning, how are you doing?
All right, how are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Kind of got a bunch of stuff going on. Ox, I was wondering, maybe would make this a half hour, not an hour today.
Okay, you
Can you
first.
come back at 11:30? We'll do a half hour quickie here till the right to the London close. I got family stuff. Looks like I think his mother-in-law's probably gonna pass away this afternoon, so I got to race downtown.
All right, sorry, you sure you want to do the half hour?
Yeah, I know I got some other stuff I got to do too, but I get a half hour jump on that before I leave. So, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I should get down there. I should get down there. So a half hour. We'll just do a half hour today,
Okie dokie. It's
and then
time for rolling the markets with RJ Wheel. Here he is.
okie dokie. Before you go, Alex, I was in and out because I got lots going on here. What did you? How did you? Yeah, did you have an okay day?
I'm red on the day, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it today.
Yeah, it's a bit dicey because it came up and down and all around. But anyway, we'll talk about it for half an hour, and then if you come back and shut us down, then that'd be good.
All
So
right.
I'll
Uh,
put us on, and we'll go.
all right. There you go.
All right, guys. Kind of back and forth. Yeah, she's been very sick. I mean, God, February of last year, we were. She got the word that she had the cancer, and they told us to put her in palliative. We went and got her a home. We moved her from her apartment to home care, and the doctor says, "Why'd you do that?" I could have just signed her to palliative. She's going to go in 2 months. We said, "Well, we got a wedding coming up in July. This is like March now." He said, "You don't have to worry about the wedding." Well, he was right. She lasted. She went right through that and lasted right here till. She lasted basically about 14 months from the initial word. So, but it's just a matter of time. It'll be today or tomorrow. It'll probably be today. It'll be tonight probably. Hopefully I get there. But Megan wants to be. I don't have to be in the room or anything like that. But I would like to be there when she obviously be for her there. I should have maybe gone yesterday. But anyway, Megan. She said she could handle it herself yesterday. She thought it would be a week. So anyway, USC's headed out. Thank you for your kind words there, Theo and John DeFore, and I'm sure you're all thinking of that. So anyway, let's go to the market. It's only got half an hour, so I do want to beat it out of here at 11:30. So the NQ yesterday, what I wanted to point out, we talked a lot about where it was going to go, and it went right down to low of day yesterday. Hit it to the tick pretty much. Just the 15-minute wick is right there on that low of day. Did it do that on ES? Hit low of day? Or no? Did it hit low of day yesterday? I always get screwed up with the chart. It's indicated no, it couldn't quite get to low at day. Sorry, it didn't get quite. Low at day yesterday was a little bit lower than that. Read the chart wrong. But anyway, it got almost down there. So today, uh, today it just hit overnight. It came down, made an overnight low, the Europeans, and then New York sent it all the way up. It brought it down to like a pivot area. Didn't quite get up. I had a big fib at 440, but it only got down to 476. It looks like. I wasn't trading NQ this morning, so I'm not a little bit off on that. And it's presently racing up to the overnight high, which is at 632. It should get there. You guys trading longs right now? I think it still might get. Well, maybe not. The wicks are at 632. A lot of activity at 610. Could get above 600. Let's have a look at a small chart. Just turning off now. If it pulls back to some trend line on whatever chart you're looking at, as long as it stays above 550, I think you're going to get above to the 600 level. And the it hit overnight high. It's presently just coming off it, so it's double top. Previous high day is 578, just above overnight high. So it still might go back up and go into try to take a run at 580 on ES. And my favorite, let's do the RTY. RTY outperforming as usual. Off the open, slammed way down through overnight low. It came pouring back up. Overnight high is way up there at 1978. I think that 1980 number's been a big number all for like a week or so. Anyway, it's right now. I got a big fib at let's say 966. You want to watch it dance around 966. It's coming back. Presently, it's at 968. Watch it dance around 66, 65. Anyway, YM. I traded that this morning as usual. I did 3 trades. Didn't get a runner. Was in late. All 3 trades. Well, first trade was pretty good entry. Second trade was late, and the third trade was that short. The final short wave. I got in way late. Couldn't defend it, and I only ended up with 21 ticks. I should have got a lot more than that because if I'd have been in at the sweet spot, the pullback didn't even come anywhere near the sweet spot. And then I was distracted taking phone calls to read the situation at hand, so I did not get the long. So that was a sweet long coming up. Kind of out of a sudden burst, though. I wouldn't call myself, looking at the chart, I wouldn't say I would have got that. Because right below, I'll tell you, YM has a big number. We'll call it at 4,300, 295. And I was here. I took the short, and I was hoping to get down to 295. So this long would have caught me a little off guard. No pullback on it either. So I almost got all the way to overnight high. Overnight high is the new support right now at 575 for you YM traders. If it stays above 575, keep digging the longs. If it gets below there and it gets below 525, 520, then you can start working all the way back down to, who knows, 295 might come into play this afternoon. Let's see the room. Then we'll do a quick plat minute. Nothing going on. People aren't talking, so that's good. Bonds, plat minute, which is now, he's got a partner, Australian, Daniel Dare. I take it he's Australian from his stock there. But his time problems. Let's look at the bonds. I might have a problem with my chart here today. Oh, no, it's working. The 10-year sticking up high. Someone correct. Sorry. Yeah, it's right up on top of overnight high. I got it at 112.025. My chart looks funny, so if I'm not getting the data, it looks really slow. I don't know what's going on there. And the ultra bond. Let's see. Hopefully my ultra bond. I'm not sure my 10-year Chart doesn't look that good. Ultra Bond, I got a good chart on Ultra Bond, and Ultra Bond has been moving steadily up, crossed over overnight high right off the its open in the first 15 minutes, and it's never looked back. And stair stepping up. If it wants to come back flat, 120, 114, watch for that. But that's a long way down, so that's a full point. I got 120.14 marked. It could be a triple bottom if it came down there. Overnight low sitting right there too, by the way. So that 2014, so say 2014, 2012. Excuse me, it's spelled wrong. That's a big number there. 120.14 flat. Excuse me. Yeah, the 10-year is just above. My 10-year chart looks funny. I don't want to break it up. We go to the grain. We won't do all the grains, but we do soybeans here, and the soybeans are wow. They just sold right off. They crashed through. Overnight low was made at the soybean open, and it just went below that, and there's nothing in sight. I don't even know where it would come back to. 1042 would be your resistance number right now, but right now it's in full flight down. I don't know why soybeans. Or any thoughts on that livestock? Why are soybeans selling off? And if you have any other grains, tell us what grain, corn and wheat are doing. The metals, silver, that tight range, that 32 to 34 area, it's right in the middle right now at 33.25. It's been pretty boring today. Gold's been boring too. Although it sounds like USC likes boring and choppy. She did a couple of successful gold trades. So gold, not much to talk about there. Oh, is that what part of it is? And the China tariffs, I guess. And grains at end of contract. Yeah, so people are divest. And well, I heard you. One of the first things you ever typed in here was you called somebody a mate. So I pegged you as a possible Australian right off the bat. And yeah, the Australians are known for swearing. I find the British swear a lot, and they certainly they use a certain word to describe a certain female part. They use that word with wild abandon. Where here in North America, that's looked upon as that word is to be not spoken even amongst men. Like, I'm watching a show right now called Mobland, and the word is appearing about once every 3 minutes. And then sometimes 3 or 4 in succession. It's very startling. But Mobland is a great TV show for anyone who wants to know. So Platt, not a great day for you, you say? You well, slow. I hope you. I thought you said, was it yesterday? I thought you said today you've done okay. And Amelia you made some money and bragged about it to your coworker. That's cool. I love that. Well said, livestock. It is a good descriptive. Well, that's just the thing here in Britain. It can be used as a hail, fell, well, fellow, and all that. Just call each other mates, like mates. Here in certainly, I think in Canada, and probably North America. You bring that word out. You're bringing out that's the big guns. That means you're really mad at somebody if you call them that. Anyway, maybe we should keep going on about that. Well, if you're phoning them, telling them how much you're making, that would certainly get someone's attention to go into trading features. I don't talk about it too much. The civilians, as I call them. Platt got the Gordie Howe hat trick of trading. 1 loss, 1 win, and 1 scratch. Gordie Howe hat trick. Gordie Howe was a famous power hockey player, very strong hockey player. A goal, an assist, and a fight was called the Gordie Howe hat trick. Hockey people. Let's go back to the NQ and the YM. See what we've got going on. I'm not going to take a trade because I am my head's not there totally. I took to 3 today. 3 winners. I'm happy. I'm up 640. 6 cars. I'm up about $615.80 or some crazy number. There you go. Well, it looks like right now on NQ's pulling back. We talked about that. And if it goes, let's go back up to the 15-minute. I think I said did I say 550 had to hold? No. Yeah, 530, 520. It's already getting down there. It's a short right now. Pretty strong, actually. It looks pretty, the angle of that trend line is saying this is going to barrel all the way back down to the bottom, which was of this whole move was 472. Overnight low is all the way down to 377. And there's a big number, a big fib area at 440. So YM is still holding above overnight high is now support. So they're actually trying to, the bulls are trying to gather up some troops right now to forge new territory up there. It is chop. I wouldn't take a YM trade right now either. I'm not excited about that at all because it's magnetized to the. Who was using the word gravity the other day? Was that Eric Curtis? Yeah, where's Eric Curtis this week? Actually, was he here yesterday? I don't remember. He was certainly here on Friday. He was typing a lot on Friday. Eric Curtis was big participant on Friday. We talked about gravity and overnight high is the gravity right now. It's keeping it in I like to call it orbiting. So this could just as easily fall back to what is overnight high? The actual number the actual number is 566. Let's call it. So 619. It's starting to pull away. I'd be a bit hesitant now. I could see this getting up, just making a lazy crawl up and back into the 630s, and then roll back over and tip of exhaustion. You're watching Bitcoin too. Oh my gosh, livestock. What don't you watch? Oh, John DeFlora checks in with 12 points more. There you go. That could be possible. Something's kind of holding it back right now. An election here in Canada yesterday. The incumbent party won. We had our Prime Minister Trudeau resigned. Our new leader was former financial guy for us, Bank of Canada guy, and all that, governor, or I don't know what he was. Mark Carney is now the new Prime Minister. Basically because of Trump. Conservatives had like a 25 point lead in October. No, going through to the Christmas, New Year. And then when Trump took office and signed those executive orders about tariffs and whatnot, people lost their minds up here. And the Liberals are going to be in for a fourth, this will be a fourth sitting for them. quite dynastic. Been in power since about 2011. Not sure what year. Well, he was the prime minister before the election, but Trudeau resigned, our prime minister of the Liberal Party, and they had a convention in March. So he was named prime minister middle of March. Yeah, you got it. You know all about that. Personally, actually, if I ask, I could just Google it up. But what in Australia, what's governing right there now? Conservative or a Conservative Party or a Liberal Party? I think it's a Conservative Party, would it not? Trudeau, he resigned. Officially, he resigned his seat and his leadership. He was basically forced out. People have blamed him. His COVID. He was pretty draconian. Canada was one of the more draconian G20 nations with regards to COVID. And it was pretty universally. His popularity was lower than down in the low 20s, maybe even. I don't even know if it was in the 20s. It was really bad. So he's thrown out. So Liberals there, eh? I'll read up on it. Scott Galloway's a great guy. I listen to him all the time. In fact, I've even said a few Scott Galloway isms in here. Last week I talked about something, and I can't recall what it was about. But Scott Galloway is a pretty left-wing guy, so I'm not sure about that part of him. But in general, his a lot of common sense comes out of Scott Galloway. Probably his brand of left-wing socialist ideas would probably be maybe palatable. In fact, he was asked last week if he'd run for president. He said no. Yeah, the Labour Party. Yeah, well, much like in Britain. We have a Labour Party. We have a party that's farther left than the Liberals, called the New Democratic Party. It's considered our Labour Party, for want of a better word. It got wiped out yesterday. I don't know how many. Last I checked, they had 11 seats, and the leaders didn't win his own seat, so he's forced out. He's going to resign. He's already not. He's leaving. He's out. The NDP leader has been dethroned. What we got going on here, Ox? Going to be back in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I've heard that. I haven't watched, actually, Scott Galloway. I listen to him all the time. He did not like a typical Canadian. I didn't listen to that interview. I heard Trudeau did okay on it. Who knows where things are going to go? So it's YM's down on top of the overnight high and is now solidly turning. Not, I shouldn't say solidly. It's making an attempt to turn. It's not a solid turn. That's a slow flyover of the control tower. The airport said, "No, don't land." It's just flying. It's just doing a lazy turn there. I shouldn't have said it's solid. I don't have much. I can't trade YM right now. I mean, I'm not going to trade anyway because I got to run out. But I don't see it. This breakdown scares me. I don't like trading on top of what I call power lines. Overnight high would be the poweriest of them all. Poweriest is a word. Like even so, like right now, my line would be like it could get down to the 525 level. It's at 5.6. It's a 30 tick trade. I'm going to risk a 40 tick stop for something that looks like to me it won't go past 30 ticks before it kicks back. I'm just going to play around for a while. So I'm not taking that trade. That's a wave off. If it goes, it goes. And Q though. Pretty friggin' effective shorting there. We called that short was in play, and it is still moving down. It is. Did I say it started at? It's going down to the level NQ started this morning at 425. It is presently at 525, just below that. It's in free fall, and NQ. So probably that is, that does make the Dow short more interesting. RTY just outperforms everything in the last 2 weeks. Let's have a look at it. I have the RTY chart up right now. I trust it's still in flight down too. Yeah, you cut it. What trade were you in, livestock? I don't know if you'd put it in earlier. If you could type back, I don't know. I could scroll back, I guess. What kind of trade were you in? Were you in a YM long, or I don't know what trade you were in? Or that Bitcoin thing you were talking about? Don't know. The new guy's Timo Trump. That's a good name for him. Oh, you're in that Bitcoin. What do you guys think about the new Trump meme? What do you call it? Meme coin. That seems like quite the dodge to me. Like, isn't that a way to funnel? Isn't that? Seems like if the I don't know, if Hillary Clinton was president and she put out a meme coin, I think the right wing would lose their absolute mind. I'm surprised the left's not hammering more on that meme coin, because it seems like that's a way to hide donations or bribes or favor money. How do you track that? I mean, isn't that it's pretty bad. Yeah, exactly. Carter had to divest. Now Trump was in so many multiple. He had one thing, but where Trump, I get why, but I would have thought there was even more stuff on there about Trump do um, some kind of blind trust. I don't know, but he's got so many intricate businesses and different ones. I guess it was pretty hard to do. There's never been a president like Trump. There's never been a guy go to office with his hand in so many different businesses and pies. That meme coin. I mean, I'm not. I like to give Trump the benefit of the doubt. Whereas, I'm not. I don't have derangement syndrome. I'm not thinking the sky's falling. So I give him the leeway, but I don't think that is a bridge too far. Yet that's what I always find funny about the Democrats. They go crazy over things that either don't matter or are out and out hoaxy. And then you got this meme coin. There's no hoax about that. That's not Russia. That's straight up. So, Project 25. There's another buzzword. I don't buy into that totally. You see, that's where the Democrats go wrong. They go on about Project 25. But the meme coin seems like that's flat out. Couldn't you explain that to the American people? It amazes me. Yeah, they got a real vacuum going on there right now. I guess we are going to talk about politics for the final 4 minutes. Ox will be able to end this stream for two reasons. And we're not saying anything nasty about Democrats right now. I think even they agree. They're fighting themselves among who they don't have a leader. Dow's reacting strongly off this overnight high, and Q seems to have put in the bottom. They're reacting too. They didn't quite get down to where they were going to go last time. Um, I would call that a junction at night 505, and it didn't quite hit 505. Got as low as 512. You can see that there was it came up to 515, 520, pulled back a little, and then the launcher and then made three wave up. But so didn't quite get down there. That's looks like legit. I'm not trading YM off that thing. Ain't Goodall watching. That's a very good. That's about as good a way as putting it. I mean, as a Canadian. I guess the same. Sometimes I feel like I have strong commentary about certain things, and I'm not an American, so perhaps I should. Maybe I'm out of my depth on that, or not depth. I certainly know a lot about it, but maybe I shouldn't. The thing about America is it affects the world. America is the world, the most powerful nation. So anything that happens there affects. That's true trickle down. Yep, this worked. This YM trade worked. I wouldn't have taken it. I'm not going to go. Oh, I was talking on the stream. You heard me on the stream a minute ago say I would not take this trade. So this is not a. What are you sorry about, Plot? Yeah, Jane Goodall watching. That's welcome to the stream. You're going to be a good addition, I think. It's great that you came in the other day and now you're fully on typing. I have to tell you, during the Ox 3 hours, the politics cannot be. It's a tight ship, as it should be. So you're allowed to type a little stuff here, Daniel. But watch it. Between 8 and 11, Ox has a strict policy, no politics.
Yeah, I see my no politics policies being followed to the letter here.
Well, here we travel in it lightly, but with a watchful eye, we'll never get out of hand. Pretty much just regulars here anyway, so I understand fully why you would. You don't want to, and we're not really, my hour. It's not much about making trades. It's just talking about trading. So, Ox, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I gotta run. I gotta jump in the car and get down to the city as fast as I can. So, thank you for coming on here. I think I'll probably, I'll let you know in the morning. I'll probably be on tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know how it goes tomorrow. Who knows what's gonna happen? We got a big day here today. So, well, as to what happens tomorrow, I don't know. But I'll check in with you first thing in the morning in the room and let you know if I'm what I'm doing, if I'm around at all, or we'll be available at 11 o'clock.
Right.
So anyone here that typed in and anyone who's just listening, appreciate you guys sticking around for an extra half hour. And hope everyone stays green for the afternoon and we go get her again tomorrow morning. So I'll let Ox sign us out. Thanks everyone for whoever stayed here. Thanks a lot for hanging out and participating or just listening. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, Ox.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, for another 3 or maybe 4 hours of trading action. Have a great day, everyone. And I still haven't remembered to get a new outro screen going, so we're just going to go out on the charts. Bye.